The Division One women's soccer NCAA tournament bracket was released yesterday, and it goes as follows. I apologize for looking at because I cannot memorize all this stuff. And all the seeded teams 1 through 8 are going to host the first round game. By the way, while if you're like a 1 or a 2 seed, you get to host the round of 32 and Sweet 16 games, and obviously that's assuming you win the first round game. And if you win that, but let's just say a 1 seed and a 2 seed win up to the Sweet 16, the 1 seed gets to host. But we'll have to wait and see what really happens because upsets could occur in the tournament. And I'll put this in the description below. And by the way, the first round games will be between like November 4th on like November 14th, 15th, and 16th. It's just one game and that's it. Now this round of 32 and Sweet 16 games, November 20th and 23rd. The Elite 8 games, November 28th or 29th. The semifinals, December 5th. The final, December 8th. And by the way, the Final Four and the national title game will be played at KPKC Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. So, yeah. To make it clear on that. And I'll put like the bracket in the description below so y'all can see. So the 1 seed Notre Dame will take on UIC on November 15th at 6 p.m. And all these times listed here are in Eastern Time. The 8 seed Georgia will host Ohio State November 14th at 3 p.m. The 5 seed Baylor will take on Texas State on November 14th at 8 p.m. The 4 seed Wisconsin will take on Western Michigan November 14th at 8 p.m. The 3 seed Florida State will take on Samford, not Stanford, but Samford, on November 14th at 5 p.m. The 6 seed Mississippi State will take on Lipscomb November 15th at 6 p.m. The 7 seed West Virginia will take on Wagner on November 14th at 7 p.m. The 2 seed Georgetown will take on Sacred Heart November 14th at 6:30 p.m. Now I'm going to go to the bottom left side of the bracket here. Okay, the 2 seed TCU will take on Grambling November 14th at 8 p.m. The 7 seed Memphis will take on Illinois November 15th at 8 p.m. The 6 seed Texas Tech will take on UTSA November 14th at 7 p.m. The 3 seed Tennessee will take on North Carolina, the champs of last year, on November 14th at 6 p.m. The 4 seed LSU will take on Houston Christian University November 14th at 8 p.m. The 5 seed Iowa will take on South Dakota State November 14th at 6 p.m. The 8 seed Clemson will take on Liberty November 14th at 6 p.m. The 1 seed Vanderbilt will take on Tennessee Tech November 14th at 8 p.m. Now I'm going to go to the bottom right side of the bracket and go all the way up. From there, the 1 seed Virginia will take on High Point November 14th at 7 p.m. The 8 seed Penn State will take on Army November 15th at 5 p.m. The 5 seed Arkansas will take on Dartmouth November 14th at 7 p.m. The 4 seed Washington will take on Montana November 14th at 10 p.m. The 3 seed Kansas will take on California Baptist November 14th at 7 p.m. The 6 seed Louisville will take on Kentucky November 15th at 2 p.m. The 7 seed UCF will take on Maine November 14th at 7 p.m. The 2 seed Duke will take on Elon November 14th at 6 p.m. Now, the 2 seed Michigan State will take on Milwaukee November 14th at 6 p.m. The 7 seed Wake Forest will take on South Carolina November 14th at 6 p.m. The 6 seed Xavier will take on Dayton November 15th at 6:30 p.m. The 3 seed Colorado will take on Utah Valley November 14th at 9 p.m. The 4 seed UCLA will take on Pepperdine November 15th at 9 p.m. The number 5 seed BYU will take on Utah State November 14th at 8 p.m. The 8 seed Alabama will take on Northwestern November 14th at 7 p.m. And finally, the 1 seed Stanford will take on Cal Poly November 14th at 9 p.m. I would assume these would be on ESPN Plus, but you would have to go to the respective schools' websites for those games. And all this. I will recap like the first round games once all the first round games are completed. Same thing goes for like the Sweet 16 games, Elite 8 game. I'm just the score lines for the up to that point. However, like the Final Four and as a title, I'll recap the stats for the game too, not just the score. And all this, and what minute did it happen, and everything like that on the scoring. And I'll just do just Final Four and then just national title. And honestly, whoever makes the Elite 8 is going to be my top 8 at the very end of the year. Final Four, top 4, national title winner, number 1, and runner-up, number 2. Then honestly, 9 through 16 is Sweet 16 teams that just didn't make it to the Elite 8. And like number 17 would be like the closest result possible. So we're going to have to wait and see what happens from here for the tournament. So anyways, if you like this content, hit the like, subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 800 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 more from my mind. Those, of course, like video, comment video really helps YouTube background. So sharing the video does help as well, so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribed, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well.